Virtual reality is most commonly used in video games, where you use a headset and controllers alongside motion tracking to control your in-game character from a first-person perspective. The first form of virtual reality was sensory stimulation. Morton Heilberg built it in the 1950s and called it Sensorama. While not head-mounted like modern-day VR headsets, it still served a similar purpose. It was a tiny TV in an arcade-looking machine. The machine emulated 50s traffic by playing recordings of traffic along with the added touch of a vibrating chair and a fan to blow air into your face. At the same time, Hindsight, a head-mounted display, HMD for short, was in development by two men, who worked for a company called Philco in 1961. It wasn't used for games, but rather was sold to the military to be used to show future soldiers a direct view of war. Later in the 60s, Ivan Sutherland made the world's first AR, augmented reality, and VR headsets at MIT to improve flight simulations, but the project never got the attention it deserved. In the 80s, VR blew up and NASA provided funding for VR research. Once completed, the headset was named iPhone and it came with a tracking gloves called Data Gloves. The headset was mounted onto an old motorbike helmet. Shortly after, Atari noticed its potential in entertainment and decided to make their own. With an economic crash coming less than half a year after its release, it was a huge flop. Sega saw the disaster in front of them and joined the sinking ship that was VR. Nintendo wanted to join the party and so made their Virtual Boy, the only one of the three headsets that is still remembered today. Palmer Luckey was a kid that was interested in how things worked. He tinkered with household objects such as his calculator and pens. In 2008, pens and his calculator turned into his iPod and Xbox. Luckey brought it to the next level, modding his consoles and devices to his specific wants. From the years 2009 to 12, he had a groundbreaking view for VR. Basically, one of the most important things he did was, instead of using expensive lenses that would give you depth, he made a software to work with cheaper lenses giving similar results. The new lenses cut the price by a significant margin. By lowering the cost significantly, Palmer Luckey changed VR forever. Interest in VR far exceeds what was common in the 1900s. VR is finally viable due to the advancement of mobile phones. Phones allowed high-quality compact screens to exist. Ever since the release of Sony's VR, which sold more than 3 million units, proving that there was money to be made with VR, other companies started to follow suit and came out with VR headsets of their own, such as the Samsung Odyssey, HTC Vive, Valve Index, and plenty of smaller companies still competing, an example of which is the 4K Pimax.
VR is used more than just video games. More and more people are using VR for jobs, seeing rapid growth in the workforce as a way to train, an example of which firemen are using a simulator to train new recruits in a safer environment. Virtual schooling is also an option. Lectures will be recorded with a 360 camera that you are able to watch at a later date if you choose to do so. Universities are also offering campus visits, so you can see how it looks and feels before you spend thousands.
Take it easy, everyone. See ya. See ya. See ya. See ya.